Hello, are you afraid of failure? Here are 5 reasons why failure is an integral ingredient for success. Failure is a negative word. No one wants to fail. Many of us do all we can to avoid the risk of becoming failures. But have you ever considered what failure actually is? Let's think about it from a different perspective as another step in life that takes us towards whatever we do next. Not everything we do is going to work out exactly as intended. But if you are failing, you must be the kind of person who is prepared to take some risks. And that means you are far more likely to ultimately reach your potential. Failure isn't the problem. Fear of failure is. You need to change your perspective and recognize failing can be the key to achieving success. 1. Failure is an effective teacher. C.S. Lewis said, "Failures are finger posts on the road to achievement." It's easier to learn from failure than from success. It gives you the chance to analyze what's not working and do something about it. Even if some factors seem to be out of your control, think through what they are. Can you do anything to reduce their impact? Or is there a way of gaining greater control of them? 2. Failure makes you resilient and persistent. Thomas A. Edison said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." By failing and then using what you've learned from the experience, you have the potential to become more resilient and even more persistent. The more persistent you feel, the less most likely it is you'll end up being emotionally suffering from not attaining the outcome you'd wished for. And that provides you an improved perspective for analyzing what must be done to go you towards success. Every failed attempt simply becomes a fresh learning experience to fine-tune your time and efforts. 3. Trying and failing is greater than not trying at all. Jeff Bezos said, "I knew that easily failed I wouldn't regret that, but I knew the thing I might regret isn't trying." If something is worthwhile, it's likely to take a substantial amount of work to attain. So, build into your plans the expectation that it might require significant hard work. But until you try, you won't ever know. And also, if it generally does not work out, you've trained with the go and can have discovered from the experience. If you are so busy fretting about failing that you never find the impetus to go forward, then visualize yourself in 12 months period dealing with a feeling of regret for never even attempting it. Which feels worse? 4. If it is time to fail. If you're not afraid to fail, it will give you another valuable ability. And that is being able to recognize when giving up on a particular goal is the right course of action. Perseverance is important, and you should never become the type of person who gives up simply because something is harder than you'd expected or taking longer than you'd hoped. But maybe you or your situation has changed and your goal is no longer relevant. Maybe your skills and talents are better off applied elsewhere now that time has moved on. Or perhaps you're doing the same thing over and over again in the vain hope of a different result. If you've given it your very best shot and it still isn't working, it's time to change your approach. Would you call that failing? Or just applying some common sense about where to direct your energy? 5. Failure is an important part of life. Think about your past and you'll probably be able to spot times when making a choice that wasn't successful helped refine your approach and eventually took you towards a better outcome. Start viewing failure as a learning opportunity, use the lessons you gain from it, and take the first steps to setting yourself up for success. Thank you for watching.